How's everybody doing? I think I'm gonna title this video Happy Holidays. Instead of Happy Holidays, go be Happy Holidays. Because I tell you what, mm, mm, mm. You guys know where I'm at? I'm at the car dealership. I'm behind the car dealership. And I brought my car in to get inspected, state inspection sticker, right? Which is bull, but whatever. Because we have to make sure that the cars are safe on the road, safe to be driven, right? Protect the public. So I go in, I get my car inspected. Hey there, whoever's on the live. And I have a crack in my window. The crack is on the right-hand side, the passenger side, and it's at the bottom. And I'm like, really? Y'all gonna get me for this? Like, this is crazy. And I just got my window changed out maybe a year and a half ago from another crack that was stretching from one side to the other. It was making its way slowly but surely. So I finally got that taken care of. So I go and get it inspected. And they say, no, this ain't gonna pass. You got to do this, blah, blah, blah. Found some places that will go ahead and just pass my inspection, but I was talking to somebody else and it was like, no, just do things the right way. Just, go ahead, take care of it, blah, blah, blah. So I went ahead, got it changed out through Safe Flight, through my insurance. The deductible is only $100, so not a big deal. Got it changed out. It's just inconvenient when you got stuff to do. Anywho, got that switched out, came back, they inspected, and they say, hey, just so you know, all of this stuff needs to be done. So I took care of a couple of things that they said, you needed to. A couple $100, bam, taken care of. State inspection sticker, I'm good. They also say, hey, it doesn't look like you've ever gotten your 45,000 mile check, 60,000 mile check, or 95,000 mile check, right? And that's when they go in and they say, okay, we're going to flush out this. We're going to switch out these. We're going to blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, cool. Let me go ahead and just do some of the things on the 60,000 mile one, the ones that seem really important, blah, blah, blah. So I get all that done, and total comes to 1,000 and some change. I said, can I get the military discount? They gave me military discount, and they gave me another discount. Mind you, I bought my car from this dealership. They've switched owners twice since then, and the current owner does not honor some of the stuff that the previous owners did. Like, they don't wash your car after an oil change anymore. And the oil changes used to be free, and something else. Oh, state inspections used to be free if you bought your car here and you got this package or whatever. So they stopped all of this stuff. So I'm like, yo, y'all doing too much. But I digress. I can't do nothing about it. It is what it is. The new owners decide they don't want to do it. Fine. Anyways, I get all this work done, $1,000. I leave out of the parking lot. It's snowing, right? It's like actively snowing, right? Because I had to take the shuttle, go home, get my kid. He got off the bus, and then we came back, got the car, and it's puttering out of the parking lot. I'm like, yo, this ain't right. Engine light comes on as long as the traction light. So I came back, and they're like, oh, it's just the snow. Let it clear. It'll be fine. I let my car sit for a whole day, took it out yesterday to go to the store, and it's jerking, 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 jerking. Anytime I come to a complete stop, it's jerking, jerking, jerking. I'm like, ain't this? So, anyways, I'm back here now, and I'm getting my car serviced for them to find out. Do not let the same guy that worked on my car first time. I need somebody else new looking at my stuff. We don't want him. So I come in, they say, no, Miss Keaston, we gonna take care of it. Come on in. We gonna blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, okay, because I've been coming here for years now. I don't want to not have to come here now. So now I'm waiting to see what the issue is. Mind you, my car did not have any issues prior to me getting the service done, and now I'm having issues. So I'm gonna just take it in stride and understand that everything happens for a reason, and we're gonna see what it do. But they better fix my stuff. I know that. I do have a Nissan Altima. The car that I had before that, I bought brand new, was also a Nissan Altima back in 2006. And I got this one in 2019. So I love the car. I know that, there's a stereotype for women that drive Nissan Altimas. Whatever that stereotype is, guess what? I'm it. I am her. But I love Nissans. They are great cars. As long as you take care of your cars, they'll be fine. they'll ride good. If you're new to the channel, my name is Mo. This is your average logical thinker, where I try to think logically and not from a biased standpoint all the time. But if you are here, go ahead and hit that like button. Show me some love. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But do you guys know why I was able to pay $1,000 for service for my vehicle in the middle of December while we got the holidays going? You know, we're all spending money that we don't have to, what's the word? People please. For people that don't even appreciate it or appreciate you. I have decided this year I'm not spending money on nobody. My son may not even get anything. My son has one little stocking up and that's it. And he's all about the holiday spirit. Not even because of the presents. He just loves the music and just the theme and the lights and all that. What up, Brown? What up? Yeah, Brown Foster. How you doing? Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Hit that like button, okay? But the reason I had that $1,000 to spend on my car in the middle of December is because I'm not spending money for people that are unappreciative or people that really don't care about me or my son. I'm done doing that. It's over. It stops now. So I literally have an extra $1,000 in my account because I'm not sending nobody's kids no money. I'm not buying no presents. I'm not sending no packages. I'm not doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm okay with it. I feel great. Hey, Elena. I'm great. How are you? We really have to be careful about this holiday spending, these holidays and things like that. I think it's okay to do things for loved ones, but we really have to get back to the root of what it is that we're doing and our intentions behind everything that we do. I have a beautiful, I know. Thank you. My skin is dry. So it's got like this white line that keeps appearing. I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. But yeah, my mustache, it comes in nice. It comes in nice. Thank you. Appreciate it. I know somebody like it. Yeah, I was just thinking one day and was just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm not sending nobody nothing. I'm just gonna do me, because when it comes down to it, especially if you are a consistent giver, a consistent whatever he is, a consistent person that looks after people and it's not reciprocated, at a certain point you kind of get a little, you know, and I'm not saying I do things for people to do things for me. I've done things all my life for those and didn't get anything back. It was my intention behind it was to help, right? But when you don't get a simple thank you, or when you don't get a simple text message, hey auntie, hey sis, how you doing? I know such and such and such and such is happening, or this happened. How are you doing? How's my nephew? How's my cousin? How's my little nothing? Crickets. And it's just like, wow. And I think I've come to realize that some people only tolerate me enough to get what it is that they need. And that's a very disheartening revelation to come to. I've only wanted to always be a positive influence and an encourager for my family to live in their purpose, you know? And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Have I done and said things that were foul or maybe wrong or whatever? Yeah, of course, I'm human, right? We all do things that we may regret or wish we could take back, you know? Um, but at the end of the day, I know that my heart is pure, you know? And I've always had the best intentions when it comes to my loved ones, um, wanting the best for them, you know? But after a while, it hurts when it's not reciprocated, you know? So I've decided that I'm not going above and beyond anymore to show my love. I always make myself available um, through conversation and things like that, um, and visiting and things like that, and spending lots of money on tickets and car rentals and hotels and trying to see everybody and all of that. That's done with. That's done. You know, I have to do what's best for me and my son, put us as a priority. And as you can see, when I put myself as a priority, me and my son, I'm able to pay for things that I need. If I had sent money out and did all the things that I normally would do, the things I did last year, the year before, and years before that, I would have put getting my car service off until February or March after I got my taxes. But I literally had the money to do what was necessary for my family now. Sorry, y'all. I'm battling like the worst cold right now, and the weather is not helping. Look at Couch. Hey, Couch, how you doing, baby? Stan says that's not easy. I'm sorry to hear that. My family has a similar dynamic, not quite the same. We just don't talk much. Yeah, and that's where it's coming to. It's coming to us not talking much because if I'm not the one that doesn't reach out, then there won't be any talks, you know? And the only reason one of my family members has been reaching out is because he wants something from me. Shout out to the chat. God is good all the time. Hope you're feeling better, Mo. Yeah, I'm getting there. Thanks, Couch. Um, yeah, we're not gonna talk much. As long as they don't need something, there's nothing to talk about, you know, and that's hurtful. That's why I make my friends my family. When I was down and out and I couldn't even drive and my leg was incapacitated, people around me here locally reached out. Mo, do you need something? Mo, do you need a ride? Mo, do you know what I'm saying? Checked on me. How you doing today? You feeling all right? Did you go to physical therapy? Are you know what I'm saying? That's family. Family has nothing to do with blood. And I think it's really a shame that we do have this culture where people are going no contact because I don't ever want to do that. I think that is the work of Satan to separate family and friends. You know, there are circumstances where you do have to evolve and move on from certain people. And I think that's fine. I think that's what God wants us to do. When you're not on the same level as somebody else, you have to elevate and you have to leave them behind and just keep them in your hearts and pray for them. You know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes it's necessary, even with family, because you're so close and it's so easy for them to hurt you because you're in constant contact with them, right? So they're going to hurt you the most. But it's already painful being geographically separated from family and still feeling like you're not part of the family, especially when I've lost a mother, lost a sister. You would think that me and my brothers would have gotten closer, but no, not at all. You know, my mom say, you guys have to stick together, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but it can't just be one trying to keep the family together. It doesn't work that way. Everybody's got to be on board and everybody has to genuinely love each other. And that's the thing. I don't think that's the case. Couch says it is. I have cut off all the users who phone only when they need money. Bam, there you go. And I'm finally getting there. And unfortunately, sometimes it takes you to get to your 40s and your 50s and your 60s to really see what it is. You know, Cut him off. Is Adam and Jesus' brother? Well, you have to read the Bible, Wally Clybourne, to find that out. You know, too many times we rely on social media and other people to tell us how to think and where to get our knowledge from and what the knowledge is. You have to seek it. If you have a true desire to want to know Him, to seek His grace and mercy, to seek the knowledge that's going to empower you so that you can be a light when you come out here in this world and not a freaking demon, you have to seek the knowledge. I can tell you anything right now online, and you just might believe it and not even bother going to open up the Bible. Open up the Word, my guy. Learn. You know, toxic is toxic no matter where they stand in your life. That's right. You got to seek God first. I was just on Gary Brown's live. Gary Bust It Down, I think is what it's called. And he was talking about, you know, all of these aspects in our lives. And at the end of the day, it all starts with spiritual. Once you get that spiritual in line first, everything else falls in line. Life is not going to be perfect. God didn't promise us a perfect life. But you got to seek Him. And when you do encounter those tribulations, those trials, those headaches, it's going to be so much easier to deal with it because you have a relationship with Him and He's looking out for you. And there's a reason why these things happen, period. Stan Marsh says, it's a shame. I think more of us are going through similar things than we realize. Society and families are fragmented. They are. And it's so shameful. I mean, I think this is also why a lot of people say that we're living in our last days, because now people are starting to open up their eyes and realize how many people are negatively influenced and how they want to impart that misery on you because they're miserable. And we're seeing it more and more every day. And it's breaking up families, it's breaking up friendships, it's breaking up partnerships because people are showing who they are and other people are realizing, they're like, whoa. Am I on mute? What is that? No, I'm not on mute. Mm, that's better. Thank you. Hey, A team. Thank you. But yeah, it is unfortunate. We are living in a time where people no longer can mask who they are. It's becoming so socially acceptable to be antisocial and to be ignorant without thinking first that people have no choice but to show who they are. And when you clock that T, ladies and gentlemen, act accordingly. That's it. You just have to act accordingly. You have to put people in the right box that they belong in. I shared earlier in the community post that, what's her name? Smell the Roses just hit 2K. And I believe the video that I posted was about holiday expectations. Look at Go Creek Cree. Hey, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. I'm not gonna be here long. I'm gonna be off. I'm gonna be off here when they call me about the car. Um, but at the end of the day, it's really about managing our expectations. I told you guys a story a long time ago about a friend that told me to manage my expectations of her. And while I was pissed, that is probably one of the biggest lessons I ever learned. Biggest lessons I ever learned. Is it normal to have expectations? Absolutely. I think it's ridiculous to tell somebody, don't have expectations. Just let life be. If you don't expect nothing, then you're not disappointed when you don't get nothing. Bull. I have expectations that my son is going to do what I tell him to do when I tell him to do it. I have those expectations. I have expectations that if I am a friend to you, that you're going to check on me as I check on you. I have those expectations. Hey, Lauren. But I believe it is important to manage those expectations. When those expectations are not fully met or met to your standard, what do? I'll tell you what I do, and this has helped me a lot. Once I realize who a person is, I put that person in the appropriate box that they belong in. They are no longer up here as far as a priority category. They might bump down one or two. And then I treat them accordingly. That way, when I don't get what I expect, it doesn't bother me as much because they're already down here. That's how I do. I put people in the boxes that they belong, and that helps me. But we all got expectations. I expect that when I come on this live, there's going to be a couple of trolls. But that's not a priority, of something that I concern myself highly with, so it doesn't bother me that much. I actually like trolls. I've been called a troll, right? Who's that? Chelsea Lynn. Absolutely. My late husband would say, stop looking for the you in people. Bam. Don't expect what you would do for somebody else for them to do for you. Period. You have to stop doing that. Because everybody feels like they do the most for others. Everybody. Even the people that don't do for me, I promise you, those people feel like they do the most for others. I've heard my brother talk about things he's done for other people, and I used to think, damn, bro, I can't even get a text message back. But you've gone out of your way for them, bet priority level drops. And it's really hard because when it's family, you want to do the most to show that you care. I don't need money. I don't need gifts. I don't need any of that. Just show me that you care. If you say you love me, show me. If you know I'm down and out, call and check on your sis. That's it. Cal says, I expect friendship to be a two-way street. Absolutely. Absolutely. Can't just be one way. Once they are in the taker box, they are voted off my island. Yeah, those are called users. I allow people to use me to a certain extent, depending on what it is and what it is that they truly need. I may even stick around just a little bit longer just to see how far their desperation will go. But trust me, I'm already clocking that T, and I understand what it really is. But now that I'm older, I'm learning to cut them off a lot sooner. I told y'all about the dude that I dated that was a straight user. 60 days, he was gone. I was like, wow, this dude really think he about to be a military dependent and love bomb me and all this. Nope. Got him out of there because I could see maybe the third date, man, this motherfucker was coming to my house, eating my food, helping me put up groceries and cracking a beer open without even asking. Yes, I bought the beer for you, but damn, can you say, hey Mo, is it okay if he made himself at home too quickly? Nope, not today. Her favorite snow bunny. Trolls are fun. Shout out to Bob. Shout out to 2 of them. Exactly. What about Bob? Creaky says, best advice ever. My problem was thinking everybody thinks like me. Exactly. Everybody don't. Everybody don't. You got to get along and respect each other, Darren says. Yeah, that's the thing. It's really, excuse me, guys, it's really just about respect. If you respect somebody, you're not going to waste your time and you're not going to use them. Don't just call when you need something. That's disrespectful. If you know you only calling when you want something, live in your truth, do you, but don't get mad when a person says, I'm done. I'm done. And I hate doing that, but it's necessary. It's necessary. Sadly, Couch, some folks don't know how to be friends. Some people don't know how to be a friend. A lot of people don't know what a real friend is. You know, it is a two-way street. It has to be some reciprocation. I am so sorry. People say, you shouldn't go into relationships, um, you know, expecting something from other people. But no, it has to be two-way. It has to be a give and take. I'm so sorry. You don't go into your job expecting to get paid without putting in work, do you? No, you got to put in work in order to reap the benefits. It says, I used to always be a people pleaser, and now that I am not anymore, it seems like I don't have hardly any friends anymore. That part. That part. That people pleasing, I stopped doing that too. And people are like, whoa, I don't like her no more because she's not hyping me up. I don't like anymore because she's not sitting here listening to my dumb delusions. I can't F with her. Okay, cool. Let me tell you something, Lauren. When I got sober 4 years ago, a lot of my friends dropped off, like almost instantaneously. I wasn't gonna sit there and listen to your BS. I didn't sit there and preach to them about alcohol. I'm not that type of person to tell you what you should and shouldn't be doing. But if I'm not there, if I'm not doing that, how is this going to continue if we're not talking about being better and elevating ourselves? If we're still living in delusion, I can't do it. I'm not about to do X, Y, and Z for you, and you can't even, simply do this for me. No, absolutely not. Yeah, it has to be reciprocated. That people pleasing, I'm done with that too. I used to do too much, man. When I think about all this, I used to do too much. Too much. Ridiculous. 60 days too many. Absolutely, June bugs. So many users out here. A small circle equals better friends. Yep. That's right, Couch. That's why I buy my own beer. I didn't mind him having it. He just got to ask. Like that wasn't his house. If I bought it for you, have at it. But at least be like, hey, Mo, do you mind if I get? Yeah. Wow, don't work. Some men don't know manners. Yeah. Shut up. Chelsea Lynn says people show their true colors quick. Some just prefer to overlook. This is facts. And this was a big problem for me, especially being a people pleaser. You have to remember too, people pleasers aren't genuine people. People pleasers aren't people pleasing because they care. People pleasers are people pleasers because they want people to think that they are this great person. It's all about the intentionality behind it. We people please because we want to look a certain way. We want to appeal and appear to be this person that gives. We're so concerned about how people perceive us. That's why people pleasers people please. It's not a good thing to be a people pleaser. And yes, Chelsea Lynn, you hit the nail on the head. People overlook. People show their true colors and people overlook it. People, all you got to do is just have a conversation with somebody. You let them talk. It's easy to see where they're coming from. If you just sit back and be quiet and let a person talk, you can figure out where a person is coming from and what they own. Easy. But we overlook it because we're attracted to the way they look. We're attracted to the way they speak. We're attracted to the way they present themselves. We're attracted to the background. We're attracted to a whole lot of other stuff that we think we can capitalize on. That's why we overlook the bullshit. And then when those people turn their true colors on you, it's like, why? Stop giving people too many chances over and over again. I literally, I mean, I do have a rule. I give people a couple of chances before I say, you know. I've even had conversations with people explaining to them, yo, when you do this, this makes me feel this kind of way. Or I will show that this is making me uncomfortable. But then they continue to do it after you've already expressed, then it's time to go because now people aren't respecting your boundaries and they just simply don't respect you. Junebugs says give people an inch and they take a mile. Absolutely. Love comes from the heart. It's not love yourself, forgive and move on. Yeah. It's all about forgiveness. You got to forgive yourself. And even people that have done me dirty or whatever, I forgive them. Ain't no ill will. Cause I'm great. I had an extra $1,000 in my bank account just because I didn't people please. Right? That's the bottom line. We don't even have to be friends. Just respect me. Just be civil. Just have respect. I'm gonna make a hoodie with I'm done. Do it. Look at CDT Beats. What it do? Peace, peace. You can support them through every issue, but they won't support halfway through though. Nope. Through one. Not even through one. Not even through one. And I don't ask for much because I got everything I need. God provides for me. It's the emotional support sometimes that I need. And just texting saying, hey, how you doing? That right there is emotional support. You know, can I pray for you? I appreciate stuff like that. Do I like gifts and money and flowers? Absolutely. I'm a woman. But just to check in means everything. You can support them through, oh, she just said that. I believe it. Congrats on being sober. Thanks, Lauren. Coming up on 4 years, praise God. I'm very much to myself. You have to be A-teams these days. Facts. I have a friend like that right now, and he on the verge of being cut off. Yeah, they be teeter-tottering, boy. And then finally one day, and they don't expect, because they just be out of the blue. But what happens is one day you sit back and you just reflect on shit, and you be like, yo, what is this? Done. And they have no idea. But they know what they've been doing all this time. That be that they already know. Conversations? No. Cutoff game. Swift. Chelsea says so many who get sober always talk about how clear the relationships with others become. Boom, that's it. When I stopped drinking, when I stopped numbing my body from the pains of reality, I was able to clear my mind. God made so many things so apparent. I would have conversations with people and I was like, yo, is this really your personality? Like, you've been like this All these years, I didn't see that shit before? No, I didn't. Because I was always drunk or constantly thinking about getting drunk. I would plan my days around getting alcohol so that I could be drunk. Then when I retired, I started smoking weed. I was at the lowest of my lowest. I weighed the most I ever weighed. I weighed 184 pounds. Fat, drinking, smoking, hooked up with somebody that matched my energy. Low frequency, low vibrational. Got out of that situation, 20 pounds off automatically. Another 20, bam. Mind is clear. I can see the bullshit coming before it even penetrates me. Praise God. That's what sobriety has done for me, you know? But yeah, everything becomes apparent when you stop numbing yourself with different vices. She says, "You're not wrong. You're exactly right. Stop the lies. That's not true. Some people want to help people since they've been abandoned in the past." That's true, but I'm talking about people that overdo it. When you just be doing too much. When you be doing too much, that people pleasing, that's because you want people to view you in a certain light. That's not because you actually care. Let's be honest. We got to get to the root of things, the intentionality of shit. CDT Beats told a story last night about a grill, how he wanted that last grill. He didn't need that shit, but he wanted it. And because he got it, even though he didn't need it, it was just a myriad of things that just kept happening around this grill. Rest in peace, Patches. You know what I'm saying? So we got to look at the intentionality of why we do the things that we do. And then what happens behind it. When you sit back and you think about, damn, this happened. Well, let me go back. Let me rewind and think, what was my purpose for even doing that? Oh, because I wanted them to like me more. Oh, because I wanted. We got to be honest. But I hear what you're saying. CDT piss. People will tell you everything that you need to know. That's it. You just got to shut up and let them talk. They will show you. They will tell you. 18 says, I do it because I didn't want to see folks without. Yeah. But I'm talking about doing too much. Not just doing for. I'm talking about doing too much. That's what people pleasers do. They do too much. She's some of those fake people. People pleasers wish they had people during certain times so they help others so others don't feel like that. 18, when you grab a hold of yourself, that's when they shoot the poison and venom about you. Absolutely. Yeah. That's when the smear campaign comes, when you finally said, I'm done letting you use me. I'm done letting you disrespect me. Then they want to, I have friends that I don't talk to anymore. And all of a sudden, the people that I used to talk to that's cool with them don't talk to me no more. I wonder why. Because the smear campaign has to come. But they know what they did. They know what they are about. So it's inevitable. I expected that. I always expect that. I heard a lady the other day said, I'm going to always be the villain in their story because I chose me first. Period. Chelsea says, I love that therapy method. When you do this, I feel, yeah, absolutely. When you do this, I feel. When you do this, it bothers me because, shit. See, that's how you know when somebody rock with you for real, when they randomly hit you up just to see how you doing. Yeah. Chels and Aaron have both done that for me. That's what's up. That's what's up. Biggity. Do we have a troll? Just get him out. CDT, and you've done that the same for me. There you go. Been there, done that. Yeah. Penetrate. Yeah. Not in that kind of way, but to be actually able to touch me, infect me, affect me. You see that bullshit coming a mile away before it even gets to me. Cut it off. Shows that's real, and it goes a long way. Thank God I'm not where I used to be. Amen. Some folks are not worthy of you. Absolutely. And that's the thing we have to realize when somebody is not worthy of our time, our presence, our energy, because our energy is sacred. When you know you're coming from a good place, you got pure intentions and you want to help and you just want to be there and you actually like that person for who they are, you appreciate them for who they are. But they can't appreciate you, cut them off. I'm digging these group therapy sessions. Yes. Cree had a group therapy session, but I don't know how it ended. I had to get off for a second there. I had to go over to my boy CDT and, you know what I'm saying, get some grooving and, you know what I'm saying, starting to feel good because, you know, some shit will bring you down. I think it's good to talk and to communicate, but when we don't have the ability to effectively communicate, things go left. And when you have pride and egos high, a lot of people, I don't know how your ego be that damn big, but whatever. But when you have a high pride, high ego, it's really hard to communicate with people like that. I have an ego and pride thing, right? So I recognize it in others instantly, but I work at it daily. Could I've come in here in this dealership and went off like I've been with y'all for 6 years and I just spent $1,000, fix my I could have came in here all kind of sideways because of my pride and my ego. But I didn't. I had to come from a humble place because guess what? If I need something done and their car is in my hands, I got to come with humility. That's what God calls us to do. Be humble. And I had to learn that the hard way. I used to be, when I was younger, I used to be a straight up, I'm still a bitch, but when I was younger, I was the ultimate bitch. So maybe this is my karma why family don't really fuck with me. Like maybe this is just my karma. I don't know. I don't know. But God will reveal it to me in due time when I'm supposed to know if I keep seeking his wisdom and living for him. But you got to be able to effectively communicate, listen, hear, get clarification, and then respond. But most people listen to respond. And honestly, when you're dealing with people whose point of view is on one end of the spectrum, and then the other's point of view that they feel so strongly about is on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, it is really hard for them to come to that middle ground and discuss what it is that we actually do see and actually agree on. But when your ego is so high, you can't even fathom seeing it from another person's perspective because your ego and your pride is too fucking high. And at the end of the day, nobody wins. Nobody wins. That's why we are where we are now, because people don't know how and don't want to communicate. Instead, they want to throw names, throw jabs, come at people's parenting skills, talk about their life rather than the situation at hand. I don't do that bullshit. Period. If we can't have a civil conversation about what is what, whether you agree with me or not, bye. Well, I do care, but I also want people to like me. I meant exactly. Let's be honest. People pleasers do it because they want people to perceive them in a certain way. That's what people pleasers are. It's not coming from a good place, I promise you. But yeah, I'm not saying that you people please all the time. When we do things, I do all kind of shit for people all the time in my community. I'm on the HOA board. We do all kind of stuff, right? That's being being a servant. But when we do too much, that's what I'm talking about. That too much. Listen to what I'm saying. Too much. That's what people please is a person that do too much. Quit doing too much. We have to stop being so impulsive. What up, Scholar? Absolutely, I did entirely too much. Too much. But just think about why. That's all I'm asking y'all. Just think about why did I do that? Why was I doing that? Oh, because I was expecting, yeah. Yeah. The root of your dysfunction is a lack of purpose. So addiction tends to fill that hole short term. Jesus revives your purpose. You right about that, John Medina. You better talk. Thanks, Frank Brown, for deleting those. Somebody mad? I don't care. Pray about it. You mad? Pray about it. You mad? Go to church. What do you say on the type process? He said, you scared? Go to church. Yep, my son explained to me it's okay to be the villain as long as you're not being disloyal to self. Don't be disloyal to yourself. At the end of the day, that's self-love. That you're not even being the villain. That's just protecting you. That's self-love. The best love. What's good, Lee Turner? Thank you for handling business. Yeah. No problem. We shut that down because that wasn't going to resolve last night. Absolutely, Cree. You did it right. Let them get it off their chest. And once you see things are just going circular and we're not getting to actual resolve, you got to cut it off. We have to learn how to communicate better. That's why I don't like half of these panels, because a lot of them are biased and a lot of the people in the chat are have a groupthink mentality, and it's nothing but an echo chamber. And once you do stand out and you say something that is anti, it becomes a problem. And that's what I have a problem with. I should be able to, or anybody should be able to express their thoughts and views and opinions, I think, as long as you do it in a respectful nature. But when you respond by name calling because another person doesn't agree with your point of view, that's bullshit. And that is ineffective communication, period. Chelsea Lynn, I have CDT beats playing the entire time, no matter what I'm watching, just in case it goes bad with other lives or football. Relaxation, that's right. Chelsea Lynn is CDT's #1 fan. Don't ever get it twisted. That was me in Dollar General earlier. I had to humble myself and just leave. There you go. And that's where our blessings come from, guys. You don't understand. Every time I could have went off or did something and I decided, let me just, God bless me for it every time. It could be something small. It could be a message. It could be a revelation. Every single time. Every time. I told the story before where I was driving and these chicks was behind me and I need to make a left turn, but the traffic was coming this way. So I couldn't make the left turn freely because the traffic was still coming this way. So they're honking and talking shit. And I'm like, so I finally go, risking my life because I'm tired of them honking, yelling out the window. They pull up beside me, windows completely tinted black. I was like, oh shit, I didn't have my thing on me or nothing. The window went down. I'm looking because I'm like, yeah, bitch. She rolled her window down. I'm talking about the look in her eyes. She was like a lesbian, maybe. She had on a skull cap with her fro hanging out. And the look on her eyes said, I have nothing to lose, bitch. Try me. Guess what I did? I did like Red and Friday. Never mind. Because I had to get home to my son. So I wasn't about to go on back and forth with this chick who probably already got her thing on her because she looked like she was about that life. But when we humble ourselves, you avoid all kind of shit, #1, and you'll be blessed by the Most High. Giving all honor to him every day, all day. Cree, I do think it got more peaceful and Derek was dropping truth. I think it helped. Yep. Shout out to Derek Gaines, aka the legend. Shout out so much BS on YouTube and I won't be a part of the circus. Absolutely. 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 Exactly, CDT. Like I say, nobody has to be the clown at the circus. Yeah. Chelsea Lynn, Derek can actually make sense when he wants. Oh, Derek. Derek be dropping them gems sometimes. Yeah. Shows you never see the ringleaders hanging with the clowns. Absolutely. You got to remove yourself and evolve and elevate. I don't give a fuck how many subscribers you got on your channel. You can still be a clown. You can still be a fool. You can still be ignorant. You can still lack critical thinking skills, period. But if you get a whole bunch of other clowns behind you, it makes them think that what they're doing is right and righteous, and it's not at the end of the day. And sometimes, like I say, you just got to sit back and just listen and just watch what people really saying and what their motives are. Is it helping or hurting? Is it helping or is it hurting at the end of the day? That's maturity, knowing how to agree to disagree. Yeah. I like those moments with Derek when he gets serious and drops wisdom. John says, pride comes before the fall. It is vanity. Whether you have low self-esteem or need to be heard, it rears its head the same way. Yep. Facts. What's good, Lee Turner? Can't water the garden if your own can is empty. Yep. Absolutely. You can. If you already lacking, what you gonna do for the other person? You got to go out and seek the knowledge. That way you have something to impart on somebody else. If you don't have good character, morals, values, if you like to hang with the ratchet, shout out to Claire Huxtable, what can you actually impart on somebody? How are you going to water that? We got to start looking at self. We have to improve self before we can. I got 20%, y'all. Gotta say, I'm okay with being the villain in your story because you're the Joker in mine. Chelsea Lynn. Exactly. Dang, I learned that last night, Mo, when I disagreed and had shots fired at me. Yeah. You can be in the chat agreeing, yeah, all that good stuff. Sending money. As soon as you say something they don't like, it's a problem now. Rather than just having the discussion. Explain then. Let's talk about it. No. Start catching strays and everything else. Most of those people on them panels aren't being genuine. It's their representative. And you know it's true. Facts. Because I could see a person talking shit about Black women on a panel, but yet they in my DMs. I thought you didn't like us. So like you said, CDT, they just be representing. They do that rage bait because it's what gets it going and it makes money. I have seen the effects of the self-destructive nature of myself and others going the wrong way. It's helpful. I'm glad. Yep. What up, Daniel Cunningham? CDT, that's why I keep that fight. Got to keep it on you. And this was during the day. I was just going, I can't remember where I was going. I was going to CVS to get some medicine because my son was sick. And I left him there on the couch watching the thing. I went, so I had to think, yo, I got a kid I'm trying to get back to. I'm not trying to get into it with this bitch. Let me just keep it moving. Angry driving lesbians are diabolical. Yeah. Haha, no shame in that, Mo. Keep the peace. Yeah, I have to humble myself. It's best for me and my son. And it's pleasing to the Most High. Couch driving angry is just as bad as driving drunk. Damn. I could see that. I could see Couch going off. I'm glad he be doing his videos while he's sitting, boy. Charles J was just still full of emotions from last night. Yeah, Jay wants an apology, but you can't. My thing is this. You can't come at somebody disrespectful and then get mad when they respond the way that they do, and then you call them out of their name. You can't call a person weak. You can't call a person a bitch ass nigga. You can't call a person. Once you get to that level, it's over. There's no apologies given. Real men stand on principles, and that is what it is. Period. I would hope that we would be able to put that shit aside, though, in order to make this money, in order to make a difference in our community. But when you start hitting below the belt because you can't articulate what it is that you need to say, there's no more conversation. And that's just my 2 cents. Welcome in, friends. Don't let friends parlay. I let my friends parlay all day. You dropping the knowledge. I appreciate that. What up, Reaper? Maturity is also walking away. You damn right. Chelsea Lynn, that's what's up. His feelings was hurt. I got that. Yeah, because he considered him a friend, a brother. And I think when you guys are doing these panels and you're close and you talk offline and you actually like cool in real life, you have to have a lot of these discussions offline. And you also have to establish what is a no-go when they come up on your panel. Like what's not to be tolerated, how far are we gonna go, whatever. But then again, if you really consider somebody a friend, you're not gonna hit below the belt. You're not gonna do something that's gonna trigger them in that way. Antagonizing somebody is a sin, just so you know. Some folks seek attention, negativity. Of course. Look at Reaper. Thank you so much, Reaper. I appreciate you. Salute. Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that. Y'all do not have to super chat, but it's appreciated. Don't put me on the panel. Absolutely. There's so many panels I didn't said no to. People be like, can you come on the panel? I've gotten emails. Let me go. Nope. I'm sorry. I can't. I appreciate you though. I'll watch and I'll support and I might even share the live depending on what y'all talking about. But if y'all on some BS, hell no. Same ones say that they don't like big girls. Yeah. But be in the big girls' DMs. Yeah. Making fun of big girls talking about, yeah. But on the sideline doing all that. Fake representative. Rage bait, clickbait, just to get views because they know toxicity wins. YouTube knows what to push. That's why I said it needed to be agree to disagree and move on. Yeah, they was pointing fingers. People ain't that bold. CDT, let me tell you. Let me tell you something. That was my first thought. That was my first thought. Because it's so easy to say what you want right up here, right? But when you faced in public with that person you despise, what we really gonna say? You gonna come with a whole nother attitude. Whole nother attitude. Couch, you talking that shit in the chat. Can't nobody have you on a panel. KK not. Shout out. Yeah, you. Yeah, you, Couch. I've been to clean up my page image, apparently. You have to clean up your page and your image. Do you? If people like it, then they do. If they don't, I mean, that's what I do. Like, if a person is consistently talking about something that I don't like or bothers me, or does something to my mental or my emotional, or it makes me emotional, or if it triggers me, I simply walk away. I just don't continue to watch. There are a lot of channels where I don't agree with a lot of the stuff that they do, but I agree on certain things. So when they're covering a topic that I don't like, I simply take a break and then I come back. But then I get blocked, so I can't come back. And guess what? That's okay because that's not where I was supposed to be anyway. Couch, don't bother. No, you don't talk shit, Couch. Just like Janessa's innocent. Some need to put the need to be right aside, agree to disagree. Yeah. Likewise, I'm good on the panels. It's not for me. Yeah. I do not recall ever talking shit. That's not true. People are bolder online. That's what we say. Yeah, they're more bold online. They're not gonna say a word, trust me. Been there, done that. They'll say, man, I was just trying to make the stream pop or something. Yep, every time. Cause listen, when I care about you, when I really fucks with you, and you say some shit that's off the wall that I'm not feeling, but I don't think that's really what you mean or how you feel, I'll hit them up offline, be like, yo, when you said that, I was like mind boggled. Can you please explain? Because I'm confused. How do you really feel? Is this for real? Yeah. Nah, it wasn't. Yeah. Much more bolder, Lauren. They'd be totally different people. Yeah. I only talk shit because I care. You care. Yeah. We all care and we should. We should care about the state of society, but a lot of us don't. A lot of us are very selfish minded. And it's unfortunate. But when you encounter those people, it's okay to walk away completely. Care is my middle name. Yeah, Care is my middle name. So, anyways, no holiday shopping. I got an extra 1,500 in my account that I was able to use to get my car serviced. Praise God, because I decided to not be a people pleaser this holiday. So happy holidays, guys. Happy holidays. I'm about to get on off of here because my kid gets home soon. Find out what's going on with my car. Blow my nose because I'm still battling a cold. I hope I don't have to come back on here and talk shit about this car dealership because they done fucked my car up. I hope, I hope and hope. I need them to see that I got an online presence because I don't want to have to smear their name. God is good all the time. And all the time, God is good. Thank you. I will. I appreciate you guys all for being here. I appreciate you guys all for being a light on YouTube and just being positive, um, staying out the way when it comes to the negativity, trying to resolve the negativity. Shout out to all you guys. You know, shout out to the ones that are in the mess. You can easily get out of the mess. It's really not that hard. Sometimes it's okay to just shut the fuck up. Honestly, that's what I did. That's why you didn't see me, because God told me to be quiet. You have nothing to add right now to anybody. Just be quiet. And I obeyed. And I continue to get blessed, because when you're silent, that's when God speaks to you the most. You're constantly inundated with YouTube and TV and people and conversations. You don't have time to hear God. I woke up this morning, and in the middle of my prayer, I literally was thinking about the stuff that happened on YouTube last night. I said, God, forgive me. That lets you know I'm doing too much and I have to refocus. And I ask that you guys do too. Think about what's important. Thanks for the positivity and therapy, Mo. Have a great day, everyone. Write, cooperate, and the Better Business Bureau. If they don't fix my stuff, I am 18. I know how to write a letter. I know how to get some answers now. Peace, love, and grace. Yes, peace and love, you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. I'll see you guys later up on these YouTube streets. We gonna see what it do. All right.